Hi! Today we'll talk about the Space Center in Outer Space Shack. But before we do that, I would like to thank all the backers of the Kickstarter campaign. You guys made a huge difference, we reached the basic goal, and this will allow me to buy assets for the game and make it even better. If you didn't contribute yet, please have a look at the Kickstarter page. It is a great opportunity for you to participate into the game development and have access to backers' exclusive in-game items. 3 more days to go. Details is in the video description. So, the Space Center is the main management menu of the game. It is where you prepare for your space missions, and a lot of things happen on the ground on Earth, especially at the beginning. Right now, the Space Center is built in a European aerospace factory style. I would like to have at some point different styles. I would love to have Baikonur, to have Kennedy Space Center kind of atmosphere. Still, the Space Center has all the features you need. And it starts with financing, because space is expensive. At the beginning, you will get your money from government contracts or equivalents. And that is quite realistic if you look at what SpaceX is doing, what NASA did back in the days. Basically, you get fundings to do some missions that show greatly on TV, like first man on the moon, maybe first base on the moon, things like that. When you have money, you can do some research, and research is important. But research is a choice. Basically, it's the same money you use to conduct research or to buy rockets. So there's always a tension between buying a lot of the current technology or preparing for the next technological wave. Also, you will invest heavily in rocket families, and there will be several rocket families over time. And there's always a trade-off between switching to a new rocket family or try to optimize as much as you can the current rocket family. And that's a little bit like what happens in reality. Like Soyuz has flown for 50 years. On the other hand, in the US, they change from Apollo to Space Shuttle, then to current Falcon 9 Dragon. So both strategies can work. And again, the money you spend on research, you don't spend it on buying rockets and sending them to space now. So it's kind of trade-off between preparing the future and getting great results and publicity right now. Okay, then at some point you are ready to launch rockets. So you buy rockets, it is one of your main expenses, and then you put components inside. There are many types of machineries and hardware you can send to space. And all of them will be components for your space base. At the beginning, you don't really manufacture anything in space. So you will need to optimize and to find the correct sequence so that you can do more and more things on your moon base. So could start by, being able to stay overnight, for which you need a really small base and a little bit of stock and food and whatever. So that's where you build your missions. And there are 2 sides to this payload management. You can buy some hardware or you can configure space-based modules. You can tune your space-based modules so that they are pleasant to live. You don't want to put the beds near a very noisy machinery. So it's up to you to design a nice space base where your astronauts will be happy. After you prepare your missions, some of the missions will be freight only, some of the missions will include astronauts. So you can select your astronauts into the headquarters. Well, astronauts live near the bus. They are kind of privileged in your space program, and it's a reality. I mean, test pilots take a lot of risk, but also have good conditions when they work in aerospace. So anyways, you select your astronaut and then you send your mission to space. Well, try to here get a little bit of drama, have nice rocket liftoff animations, because we would like this to be a very emotional time. You saved a lot of money to send your rocket. It is a result of years of engineering research, so it should really be nice. So working hard on having a nice animation here. And then that's pretty much everything that happens at the Space Center. Once your rocket is sent to space, well, you will soon need to work on the new rocket. And by the way, there are Space Center improvements that allow you to have several rockets preparation in parallel, because you may need to send several rockets in a short sequence sometimes. And there are also in the Space Center all the management screens to review your account, your money, to review how the research is going, what are the next events planned. And last, in the Space Center, there is a Space Museum. The Space Museum is where you will find, in a nice display, we try to have it as a 1960s style museum, all the history of your space program with, well, on the walls, nice aerospace pioneers and probably some backers of the Kickstarter campaign too. You could have your picture there, by the way. There are still a few slots available. So that's basically it. The Space Center is very important. I think you will spend around 1/3 of your time there, maybe half, and hope to make it nice ergonomics. Really here I hope that my experience in enterprise software and data management can help, and also to make it look nice. So I'm spending a lot of time trying to work on the aesthetics. And that's basically it for this time. So if you didn't yet, please consider subscribing to the newsletter. Please consider also backing the Kickstarter campaign. There are 3 days left only, and it's a unique opportunity for you to get involved in the early game development, early test phases, and also to have access to the exclusive backers items. So there's a Christmas tree, there's a Halloween pumpkins, there may be a few others. See you, bye-bye.